Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best each week to bring you tasteful content,
but viewer discretion is advised.
Now enjoy the show.
We begin this week in Ocean City with Delmarva Birding Weekends.
We head to Dover for the annual banquet for the Delaware chapter of Whitetails Unlimited.
Scorchy Taws takes us to Pocomoke to check out the fur trading industry.
And then we'll get you ready for the Chesapeake Fire and Ice Festival coming back to Easton.
Outdoors Delmarva starts right now.
Welcome to Outdoors Delmarva, the show that celebrates our communities, our cultures and traditions, and the places we call home. My name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch. Jason, you seem a little down. Are you good?
No, Lauren, I'm not, because waterfowl hunting season is over and I am pretty sad about it.
Well, aren't you going on a veteran duck hunt on the 8th?
You are absolutely right. I forgot about it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh!
Ladies, this is just a reminder that men are simple creatures and it doesn't take a lot to make them happy.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
Due to the cold weather, this year's Scoters and Seals trip with Delmarva Birding Weekends had to be canceled.
But Outdoors Delmarva was able to attend the Maryland Ornithological Society's convention in Ocean City back in November.
The Maryland Ornithological Society's 76th convention. MOS is a volunteer organization established in 1945 with 15 county-based chapters. We have somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 members. We are dedicated to the study, enjoyment, and preservation of birds and their habitat. I've always sort of been interested in birds, and then I actually participated in some Cornell Laboratory of Ornithological studies that they had, birds in forested landscapes, Project Feeder Watch, so forth. Been doing that for a couple of years then, and I realized there's a club that does this, and I joined the Howard County Bird Club, and it's been an inexorable slide ever since. In the wintertime, Ocean City Inlet and the Ocean City area is great because you've got ducks that nest up way up north that only come south here, like common eiders, harlequin ducks to breed up in tundra and stuff like that in Canada. And the only time you're going to see them in Maryland is in the wintertime. The highlight birds would have probably been the common loons, the lesser black-backed gull. The merlin certainly was. It gave very excellent looks. Delmarva is a wonderful place for birding. The marshes, the waterways, all that sort of thing. It's habitat for lots of ducks, waterfowl in general, shorebirds. The forests always, have songbirds and so forth. Relative to the urban areas that some of us have come from, there's a lot more open space and so forth.
Delmarva Birding Weekend has some great events planned, so go online to delmarvabirding.com to get all the information.
Outdoors Delmarva heads to Dover right after these messages.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Conservation efforts can be rewarding on so many levels.
And we see how rewarding they can be for the Delaware chapter of Whitetails Unlimited at their annual banquet.
All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Delaware chapter 2025 banquet. So we're here to raise funds for the committee here, and 50 cents of the net dollar raised here tonight, just so you know, stays right here in the local community. Rich in the chapter does a fantastic job of putting money back into the community. Just look at these PowerPoints around the room and you can get an idea on how much effort and where the money goes.
We are the largest deer conservation group in the U.S. and we are in the Midwest, we are in Northeast, obviously, and we are in the South. So, and we are in habitat management, we are in conservation, we preserve the shooting sports, and youth education. It's a well-established hunting community. It's very nice people. I mean, they know their sport. They're deeply involved in conservation, and that's the most important thing about this area. I mean, the deer conservation, not just deer conservation, but habitat and wildlife conservation as a whole. It's a sold-out event tonight. I think it's 600 people, and there again, it goes to show that they're deeply rooted in conservation, and they are involved in the habitat, and they love the love of the wildlife. I mean, that it's not all about just the harvesting of the deer. The community is very well entrenched in habitat and conservation and for deer hunting.
We're trying to get youth involved with hunting and shooting sports. We've got an AccuBow system that can hook up to the television and get kids used to using a bow and arrow to shoot wildlife. We can shoot different scenarios, western hunting, target hunting, or shoot animals around the area, animals, deer, turkey, elk, things of that nature. Yeah, this is usually a popular game. It's probably the only outdoor activity or indoor activity like this that has something for youth to do during dinner.
They got great prizes, very high-end firearms, hunting trips all over the country, from Kansas to Illinois to Ohio to Maine. The prizes, the committee does a really great job of going out and getting the prizes from our vendors or our outfitters and so forth. But some of the top-notch firearm companies are here in the room tonight. Elevated blinds, I think one of them's a 360, one of them's an 8-point. Again, two of the local vendors here got together with the committee and put that program together to auction off here tonight. We bring a background of knowledge in the shooting sports, hunting sports, and preserving the tradition to hunt. And that's what we bring to this area, and I think that the people, the members here realize that, and they fill this room here tonight, and they support Whitetails Unlimited. 50 cents of the net dollar goes back to the local community that's raised here tonight. A lot of people don't realize that. I don't think there's any other conservation group in the country that gives back 50% of the net dollar to the conservation, and Whitetails Unlimited does it. And that's why I think a lot of the people jumped on board here tonight to sell this place out and give the money back.
If you have a love for the hunting sports and you're not looking into organizations like Whitetails Unlimited, you might be missing out on a very valuable resource.
Find out more online at whitetailsunlimited.com. Outdoors Delmarva, we'll be right back.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
I work with some pretty furry characters around these parts.
But none quite like the one Scorchy Taws met down in Pocomoke.
Honoring the life and legacy of Scorchy Taws, thanks to Shorts Marine in Long Neck, Delaware. Shorts Marine, everything but the water.
Most every evening, Ray Fair can be found hard at work processing furs. Ray, along with his partner Paul Taylor, are fur buyers, two of only a handful that ply this trade on Delmarva.
Just started trapping when I was a boy in school and just really liked doing it, and my partner and myself just started buying and just got bigger and bigger every year.
Pocomoke Fur Company is what they call it. and the furs they buy, most of which end up in Europe as fur coats, come from hundreds of trappers within a 40-mile radius of their processing shop just south of Pocomoke.
We buy muskrats and red fox, gray fox, raccoon, opossum. It's mostly all we buy.
And the people they buy from? Well, Delmarva is a land of individualists. The trapper is one of these individuals whose idea of heaven on earth is walking a trap line on a frosty morning. Leroy Jones of Venton has been doing it since he was 11 years old. He's still going strong at 79.
Oh, I love it just that well. If I could see in the nighttime, I believe I'd get up and go to my traps in the night.
Yes, the trapper is an independent breed of cat that nobody's ever going to change.
I was born a trapper. In the 1930s I started, and I never have stopped.
And Cigar Daisy of Chincoteague never will. Pocomoke Fur Company has been in business 10 years.
We try to pay as much as we can, so the trapper makes as much as he can, but it's depending on what the market is.
Yes, Ray Fair loves fur buying and trapping, and hence these furry creatures may just hold some kind of witchery over those who walk the lonely lines.
Most people that start doing it young, they do it their whole life until they die, so that's got to say something for it.
Scorchy Taws wandering our Delmarvelous land for WBOC News.
Remembering Scorchy Taws is sponsored by Shorts Marine. Online at shortsmarine.com.
Did you know that Canada geese fly in a V to maintain their energy and communication during migration?
Did you know that in the V, the geese fly just higher than the goose in front of it to reduce wind resistance?
And did you know that the lead goose will fall to the back of the V when it gets tired?
Now you do.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Lauren, Easton is such a cool town.
And when you add heat to that cool, you get the Chesapeake Fire and Ice Festival.
The Chesapeake Fire and Ice Festival is a wintertime staple of Easton's historic district. The night of February 14th kicks off the festival with live music, ice carving demonstrations, and the outdoor ice skating area. Some of the other events featured over the course of the festival will include an activity-filled fire trail, the Children's Ice House at the Talbot County Free Library, seasonal sales, shopping, and restaurant specials. Treasure isn't hard to find in Easton, but Jason is on the hunt.
It's that time again for the Chesapeake Fire and Ice Festival here in Easton. And we're going to walk around and kind of give you a tour. I love walking around this town and seeing all the ice sculptures, but it's especially neat when you come across one that really speaks to you, or in this case, really sings to you. One of the coolest things about the Fire and Ice Festival is the ice sculptures and the creativity that goes behind them. In this particular case, it is a safe where they are taking donations for the Neighborhood Service Center. And this is sponsored by the Queenstown Bank. And so, you know what? There's a 5 spot. I'm just going to put that in there and enjoy the day.
It's just a lovely night to be out with friends and walking around and seeing all the shops, and the food vendors, I guess, are down the road a little bit here.
Do you come to the Fire and Ice Festival every year?
No, it's the first time I've been.
First time you've been. I've been looking for a first-timer all night long, so I'm glad I ran into you. What do you think so far?
It's pretty interesting. I like the different ice sculptures. Some of them look like they've been laid flat and had like a snow cone put into them to make the design. Yeah, it's a different look.
It's certainly very interesting. And being from Centerville, do you get a chance to come down here to Easton very often?
Pretty often. My wife's originally from Easton, but I would come across the bridge on a regular basis, chasing her all over the Eastern Shore.
Well, when it comes to chasing the love of your life, there's no place you wouldn't go, right?
Well, I'd say that's probably true. Yeah.
That's a good answer, especially this close to Valentine's Day.
Yeah, especially with her standing right there.
So as you're walking around Easton, you might run into some new friends, some old friends, or people that you've never met that can quickly become friends. But either way, you have a good time here at the Chesapeake Fire and Ice Festival. Isn't that right, boys? They agree. And when it comes to good-looking sculptures, even the best good boy knows who to look at. And on a picture-perfect night, we have enjoyed ourselves here in Easton, Maryland for the Chesapeake Fire and Ice Festival.
The Chesapeake Fire and Ice Festival returns to Easton on Valentine's weekend, and you can find out more info by going to discovereaston.com.
We're going to take a look at some viewer photos when Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, returns.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
It's time to flip through the photo album and take a look at your latest pictures.
Thanks to our friends at North Bay Marina.
5-year-old Jeffrey Story III is off to a great start in his hunting career with his very first doe.
12-year-old Gavin McLeod of Parsonsburg won the Youth Buck Points category with this deer at the 2024 Delaware Whitetail Open.
9-year-old Liam and 12-year-old Caden of Bridgeville had an awesome hunt in the Harrington area as Liam got his first deer and Caden got his first buck. Congratulations, fellas.
13-year-old Kelly Davis of Milford harvested her first deer on the family farm. Well done, Kelly.
9-year-old Dylan Savage of Newark harvested his biggest buck to date in the Berlin area. Great job, Dylan.
A big congrats to 13-year-old Alexis and 10-year-old Hunter Abrams of Rhodesdale. Alexis harvested her first deer, while Hunter harvested his first buck back in November.
Braden McCabe and his 4-year-old son, Rodney Payne of Millsboro, along with Ruger the dog, had a successful Canada goose hunt in the Dagsboro area.
Amy Zook of Magnolia is very excited to jump in the Atlantic for this year's Lewis Polar Bear Plunge. And she also sent us this picture of a Bowers Beach sunrise.
Elizabeth Laswell of Little Creek sent in a beautiful sunrise photo from Pickering Beach and a great shot of the November supermoon.
And Jeremy Node of Church Creek was duck hunting on Elliott Island and sent us these great pictures.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina.
Well, that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you so much for joining us.
And thanks so much for sending in those wonderful viewer photos. If you have a photo that you'd like to submit, go to outdoorsdelmarva.com and click the banner at the top of the page, or you can scan the QR code in the bottom corner of your screen.
We hope to see you right back here again next week, but until then, my name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch, and we hope to see you
Outdoors Delmarva.
Outdoors Delmarva, a Draper Media production, is presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher Standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine, Bell Creek Equipment, and Range Time.
This. Oh my God, I thought you fell. No, I have to do it again. I thought you fell. What was that sound?
I did the heel click up.
I was trying to talk. I was like, ladies.